Assalamu alaikum, little internet. Eid Mubarak from a picturesque location somewhere in Houston where, in the auditory distance, one of my children is jumping on a bouncy castle shaped like Spider-Man. I'm serious, really. In response to Naz, a fellow Chicagoan who I've never met before, but inshallah one day, asked, how is Texas? Well, Texas is green, it's brown, it's kind of shaped like this. It has like people and hats in it. It's interesting. The first week we got here, we went and prayed Jummah Salah in the masjid that was near the cemetery that people were protesting over building. You know, it used to be that maybe the only good Muslim was a dead Muslim, but now we're not even okay if we're dead. I mean, come on, dead Muslims? Why are you complaining? But yeah, so people were complaining over having a Muslim cemetery because Sharia. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure how that turned out either, but that's first week. I think last week or so, driving around the neighborhood, we drove past one of the press briefings for I Stand With Ahmed outside of the Irving School District. Things is real in Texas. Things are interesting. I kind of feel like I have a third eye, but I've been told that it's not because, or maybe more so that it's because I'm a white Muslim versus being the standard brown. So admittedly, I do get stared at a lot. Unfortunately, I do get blanked a lot. Like, I make it a point to be the smiliest, cheerfulest, you know, how is everyone person when I'm out and interacting with non-Muslims, because I feel that's an important part of dawah, is letting people know that Muslims are people too. We smile and everything. And I have really cute kids, mashallah. So when we went to a little farmer's market, you know, on the way between here and Dallas, and bought a pecan pie and, you know, smiled and talked to the lady at the cashier and got like, yes. Thinking, it's kind of hard to know whether she's had a bad day or whether she's just so taken aback that she doesn't know what to do with us, or whether to smile or laugh or cry or run for the hills. I suppose it's hard to know. Overall, the weathers are gorgeous. The portion size is outrageous. I took Khalid, my son, out for ice cream after his first day of school, and he got a single scoop from Brahms, which was the same size as 2 scoops of the Burjul Imlaq, which is the Tower of Taste sold by Baskin-Robbins back in Dubai, which to me is an outrageous amount of ice cream, but apparently over here that's one ice cream cone. It's like you hold it and then it goes up and then it just keeps going up, and Khalid was looking at it like, wow, this is all for me. I'm like, yeah, I guess. Go for it. And he ate it. I don't think we'll be doing that again. It was a bit much. We went to Sonic, which apparently is a traditional Texan institution, perhaps responsible for the state's obesity single-handedly. Maybe, I don't know. But we ordered 1 large milkshake because we were like, okay, we're a family of 5. We'll get a 1 large to share. It's a little treat. The milkshake was, and I'm not joking, it was this big. There was a big styrofoam cup, very much, almost exactly this size, with a straw in it, and some type of frozen sludge full of candy and nuts. And even the kids were politely horrified. They're like, where's the milkshake? Like, it's in here. Woo! And then they got really excited. And then they drank, and then they drank, and then they drank some more. And towards the end of it, they're like, you have a drink. No, I think it's your turn for a drink. No, you have a drink. And so we're like making each other take shake shots. We still didn't finish it. And that was the last time we went to Sonic. It gets aversive, frankly speaking, when you have 5 pounds of milkshake. It's kind of gross. So yeah, in a nutshell, interesting, little weird. I guess it's not a good time, politically speaking, to be so conspicuously scary. But the Muslim community in Dallas is amazing. It is, Alhamdulillah. It's kind of like walking around Muslim Hollywood and you have to try to not geek out. It's like, oh, there's Abdul Nasser Jangdaga eating a burger at the cookout. And then you like watch him really closely and see if he says something wise with his mouth full of beef patty and cheese. Yasser Regis, our local imam, our co-imam is Omar Suleiman. Luman Ali Khan gave the Eid khutbah. It's pretty awesome. Not for any sort of celebrity fangirly type reason, but because having lived in the UAE for the last 10 years and also having young children during most of that time, I could probably count the number of Eid khutbahs that I've attended in English and been able to understand and benefit from on one finger. Each finger has 3 segments. Maybe. So it's nice to have access to that type of reminders. Being in the masjid it feels like being at home. It feels like finding the place where you belong again. Problem is, once you step out of it, you're acutely reminded that you don't belong there. Having said that, my current brand new motto is act like you belong. So I'm going to. I'm not going to skulk around the corners of the store and hope nobody says mean things to me or glares at me and looks at me sideways, which I haven't gotten a lot of side eye. I mean, if I had a nickel for every time I got side eye, I would be wearing a nicer scarf. Okay? So I'm going to act like I belong. Because, hey, we're all immigrants anyways, right? And I'm actually related distantly, not only to Genghis Khan, who's a horrible man, but also Stonewall Jackson, another horrible man. And my grandfather fought in World War II. On the American side. In America. So, if nothing else, I have as much as a right to be here as any other random person in Texan of random ethnic heritage. The only difference being that I don't look like the other people by virtue of dress. But if I'm not dressed like a Muslim, I pass. I do. I can pass as not Muslim. I can pass as non-ethnically mixed. Reasonably so. But obviously I don't. So, perhaps if you combine that with homesickness and helicopters in the background and the current political climate and wholesale fear-mongering that people are doing for the presidential campaign right now, that might explain why it's feeling a little frosty in Texas, despite the warm weather. But yeah, alhamdulillah. In a nutshell, big food, good pie. Amazing Muslim community. Locals a bit nervous, a little scared, but I'm going to change that. One cheesy smile at one country fair cashier with a pecan pie at a time, inshallah. Have a wonderful however many days of Eid are left, and Jazakallah khair, and Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.